A large percentage of people want to go to the gym. They want to get toned, get shredded, or simply lose weight. Whatever it is, most people seem to put forth a serious effort, but in the end they still seem to fail. So why is this?
So I've worked in gyms for years, and over those years, I've seen a lot of people fail at trying to accomplish their goals. And it's pretty sad because a lot of these reasons people fail can be prevented. This video, I'm gonna talk about some of those common reasons I see. Stay tuned all the way to the end because this last reason might completely change the way you work out. So let's get right into it.
Although there's a multitude of reasons on why people disappear and stop going to the gym, we can't touch on all of them, so I want to focus on the 4 most common. And this first one is not knowing what to do at the gym. And that reason's pretty understandable on why it might put off new gym goers. If you pay attention to any social media apps, you see people doing all sorts of crazy looking exercises. Well, just because an exercise looks complicated doesn't make it effective. If you look at bodybuilders, some of the most common exercises they do are some of the most basic fundamental exercises there are. One of those big reasons are that they work and they're effective. If you're unsure of what to do when you start out at the gym, stick with the basics. If you're a beginner, a full workout could be something as simple as body squats, lunges, machine chest press, and a machine pull down. And then you can always finish with 15 minutes of cardio on whatever you prefer. And look at that, that's basically a 40 to 50 minute workout. Most gyms have a lot of the same basic equipment and machines. Don't be afraid to read the instructions and learn how to use them with appropriate weights. And I find that most gym goers are a lot less judgmental than most people think. Maybe you can make a friend and ask the person next to you. Burnout is another big reason people fail. You come into the gym with grand ambitions of training 6 or maybe even 7 days a week. You kill it for 2 straight weeks, and now it starts to get harder to wake up in the morning. You don't seem to be getting stronger. If anything, you're getting weaker, and your weight loss seems to be plateauing. So what's going on here? Too much all at once leads to this burnout. Your body needs to adapt to these new stresses you're subjecting it to. Now, don't let me discourage you from getting to the gym 7 days a week. Some days of active recovery, where we simply do stretching, foam rolling, walking, or maybe even use the sauna, can be really helpful. But burnout by not letting your body recover properly can lead to poor sleep, decreased muscle mass, and studies even show that those trying to lose weight, if not getting the appropriate amount of sleep, are actually more prone to lose more muscle mass than fat, which really is never the goal. Try listening to your body. If you're still sore and beaten up, try some active recovery techniques. A simple walk or stretch day can be beneficial in the long run. Now, burnout can be a compounding factor that's going to lead us into our next reason people seem to fail. Injuries in the gym tend to be due to a bunch of different factors. It's hard to pinpoint just one, but a lot of what I see are people injuring themselves trying to lift way too much weight, which is what we typically call ego lifting, or doing unfamiliar exercises, or with what we just talked about before with burnout, are over fatigued, which can lead to muscle strains, pulls, or tears. It's a great feeling to hit a new personal record on a lift, but it's not a sustainable workout plan if every day when you go to the gym, you're trying to 1 rep max on each lift you do. There's a premise called Davis' Law, which basically states that soft tissue models among imposed demands. Essentially trying to say that those soft tissues need time to adapt to the stresses that you're subjecting them to. You need to use moderate increments of ramping up intensity. And I'll admit that this is tough to gauge when you first start out, how fast you need to improve, since there's a lot of improvements seen as you improve form, and also from what we call newbie gains. Gains that beginners typically see are pretty quick. For a lot of people, I recommend starting out at a rep range of between 5 and 15 reps. This keeps you from failing at a 1 rep max and avoiding injury, but will also let you build strength, size, and maybe most importantly, develop the form. I think it's important to lift with intent and with a purpose to not hurt yourself. This is one of the more common reasons people tend to fail, and this is what I talked about earlier, that it might change the way you work out. One of the big reasons people fail and quit going to the gym is because they don't see the progress. Now let me explain. Now let's say you want a fire 6-pack. You know, that actually just sounds too weird saying. Let's just say you want a 6-pack. You're training 4 days a week on abs, and you go for about 3 months, and at that time you don't see much progress. You might be shocked to find out that Ab exercises don't burn the fat over top of your stomach. Some people hold fat in different spots, like the abs, the arms, or the hips. Our muscles have to metabolize energy, and unfortunately, we don't get to pick where this fat comes from. The body reduces stored fat as a collective, not by a targeted system that targets the areas you're actually working out. This topic gets kind of confusing, so I'll link a video at the end of this one so you can better understand. But when we do compound movements like squats, deadlifts, lunges, shoulder press, or something like a pull down, these exercises encompass multiple muscles and lead to greater amounts of energy demand, meaning we're burning more calories. Ab exercises are small movements that isolate small muscles and have little energy demand.
I thought this angle would look cool for an outro. I hope it does. I hope it doesn't look ridiculous. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you're not subscribed already. And if you want to watch another video on spot reduction training right over here, somewhere over here, you'll be able to see that video. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good day.